Yes, Rohit, you are sharing, right? You're on it, right?
Yeah, can you see the screen?
Not yet. Yes, now we can.
Yeah. So I made a joystick. I, I, I went a bit overboard since I thought I can just add it in my portfolio.
Mm-hmm. So can you explain the process, how you did it?
General process for set the yeah. So
Yes,
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
do.
go ahead.
yeah. So for the general purpose, I'm getting an echo. Can someone just
Um,
hello?
don't see a
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, I took one image. The image I got was one single sheet which had all the views, front view, top view, side view. The interesting part was that I had 6 views in total. So I took all of them and wrote them in same size such that I can just directly paste it in the canvas and each of them have the same size. So after that, I started from the base form. So that is the square. I constructed two symmetrical planes, one for the one about the y-axis, then other about the uh, z-axis. So after that, I kind of made the front view. Then using the soft modification, I modified the leg part, considering the side view. Then did how to put it? Uh, I did few of things, uh, modified a bit, used most of the tools in the form. So that's it. Then I just constructed these parts separately. Like I cut uh, separate pieces such that there are two pieces just like this. I shell them, and each of them are other shapes. Yeah. that-
Okay. Which feature you used to give the thickness?
Shell.
Can you show where is it and how did you do?
This shell option. So click the shell after I split the
After
primarily.
after
Yeah.
form is made, you came here to this solid workspace and gave shell,
No,
isn't
no,
it?
no.
Ah,
I constructed a form, then I had to split the body, just taking the reference that which plane it is being cut. Like considering it is a joystick, it must have some kind of twin box which they meant to be joined together. So I constructed a surface which is kind of going with the figure that is provided in the isometric projection. So after constructing the plane, maybe I'll just show the plane. Yeah. So constructed a plane. So I used this plane to split the body. So after that, I separated both of them, like isolated both of them individually and made a shell out of them.
okay, you drew a sketch and
Yeah.
you separated them as a two-part
Yes. Yes.
component. Okay.
Then I made individual components from each of them, like joysticks, etc.
So these things are made in form or simple solid features,
Uh,
the buttons.
but extruded buttons are from the
Okay.
yes, general
Okay.
workspace.
Okay.
The bottom base was from the original form.
Can you go slightly zoom in and show us a bit of more detail?
Uh,
Okay. So the cut for this buttons are made, or it is just a component on top of the form?
each of them are components.
No, the cut is made, right? Okay.
Yes.
How did you make this cut?
First, I checked the front face. I made individual sketches and I what to say, cut the shape through the first body that I split earlier. After
Okay.
splitting that, so after
Okay.
that,
You can do one more thing also. Instead of drawing, getting projecting the curves and cutting, extrude cutting, if it is a complex shape, say for example you want a complex shape to be removed, you can use Boolean actions. You can explore this afterwards. There is an option to subtract one from other.
yes, I actually used that thing. Like, first of all, I made these cylinders of these each shape. Then
Okay.
I copy paste four of them since there are four components. Then I used the Boolean concept and made these parts such that it goes well with the smooth surface.
Okay.
That's why each of them are blending with the surface of the first body.
Okay, so can you do one thing? Now you go to form workspace and open and just show us what all features you used, something you explored, so that others can make note of it
In this, yeah.
in this exercise. Yeah. So you started with the first in the first column you have uh, faces, right? You started with faces, if I'm
No, I started with this box.
box. Okay.
Yeah. So in the box, it was the primary aim was to make, since the body is whole, what to say, symmetric in both axes, like z axis and y axis. So
Mm.
I constructed two, like I just showed you. When I started, I made a plain box.
Okay.
Then first I want one splitting just right between
Mm.
them. So I splitted them by three faces.
Okay. Mm. So you maintained as less number of partitions.
Yes. After making a general shape, then I refined using the subdivision, adding points, etc.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You used subdivide, adding and all, right? Subdividing
Subdivide less because subdivide might create some issues when finishing
only
form.
when needed. Yeah.
Yes, only when needed. Yeah. So most of them was solved using the insert point. So there wasn't much of the complex edges there. So
Mhm.
insert points and dealing edges were enough.
Okay, so as I did not show all these features last time, just
Yes.
in the same cube that you had created, some same box you created, just show other people how to subdivide and add points, do those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, First. So first thing that is to be noted as for making the prior shape, the most comfortable step is to have minimum number of edges and faces. And after having the general shape, then only we need to refine. Otherwise, will be really complex to adjust later.
Mm, mm.
So first I did this like this. This way I had one face at the middle part. Since I had one middle part here, so I just construct that like that. One, two, three. So that's why three faces. In the sideways, we I just wanted to three space, one for the leg and one for this extrusion. So that's why I just took this two faces. Then I finish the sketch. Then symmetry one, two, okay. Then symmetry one, two. So So like this, I made the legs for each of them. Like I won't go into that deep. So
Okay.
later, after having that much, what to say, kind of general shape from the left, from the side views, then I use the soft modification. So the whole, what to say, the whole blend was kind of smooth. So I used the soft modification. I chose one of the edges and just, so before that I had to remove the symmetry. Then like this. So it was more, what to say, systematic. I had to remove the individual symmetry and I had to add the middle symmetry like that.
Okay.
So like this, I use most of them like this. So individual legs were modified, then subdivided each of the points. Like I added only the points only. Like here, there was one additional needed since it was kind of corner base. So I had
Mhm.
to add one in between them. So I use the insert point, insert one, right.
Okay.
Then I use first, I kind of selected the point such that it makes a smooth curve. Then I use both curves to this one. So this way it will have a smooth corner. Uh, Then subdivide, I use the bevel edges. Yeah, I don't see there's a need for that. Yeah. I use this for more precise movement. So when I see one 5 edge rectangle, 5 edge spaces, I just split them into four. So that way there's more or less strain between each of them. So generally I just use like this. So yeah, this has many issues, so that's why. So
Yeah.
most of the time I use that settings whenever needed. So
Which one? Which one?
uh,
Uh,
like when 5 faces
yeah,
have,
yeah, yeah. In
so
that
them,
case, which option
so
you used?
I use take points mostly. I take one of the edges and split them just across the other
Okay.
like this. So that's why I'll have 4 faces each, 4 edge
Okay.
surfaces. So
Okay.
that's more easy to handle.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then other, maybe I use increase bit. Not I did not much just here since the canvas had some kind of, yeah, a bit complexity.
Okay.
So I didn't go that much deep. So I could have just added one more point here, but that might have created some kind of issue. That's why I didn't add that. My PC was really hanging a lot. So not PC,
Oh,
my laptop was hanging. So I kept the detailing as near as possible.
okay.
That's
That's it, right? You want to
these
add
are
some?
these are the more major for, and also I use the inspect tool in the zebra analysis most of the time, such that I can get the smoothness of the legs, whether these
Oh,
are going smooth or not.
yeah. Okay. So the takeaway from your assignment is subdivide and adding points, conversion from yeah, that is actually a good thing. Conversion from five-sided face to four-side face, so that you don't becomes clumsy. So you have control over each corners.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, so that is one. And one more thing is this inspect. Inspect is also one of the important tool here to be noted. Maybe you will not be creating a G3 surface here, but still it would be helpful here to check how the surface is being formed. Okay.
Yes.
So that is one more option that I see very important. Yes. Anything else, Rohit? You can.
Thing else, I not in this. Generally, I use the display mode. I switch them to the rectangle mode such that it has more control edges setup. So So in this shape, it wasn't generally needed. Like when I make other shapes, so I use
Okay, okay. Yeah.
that's
Okay. That is, yeah, that is for your convenience you were doing that converting it to faces.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yes. If that is it, we can move to next assignment.
Yes.
So Shankar, you can share your screen.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So do we have Yuta, Deepak, and Prasoon here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So pretty much I have also done the same joystick what Rohit has done actually. So initially what I did is I've sorry, I'm getting some noise. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So pretty much I obtained the sketch from an online. So this is the sketch that I got. Then I split the sketch into the various different views, right? So then in the Fusion 360, I have imported those sketches, the three front view, top view, and the side view. So this is the thing that I first have done and placed it in the right locations, places. Then I moved on to the form feature. Right? Yeah. So in the form, pretty much I started with the same box. So myself, I have used three commands. One is the box. So I have created initially I have created a box, and first thing that I did is I tried to divide the entire given component into different segments, right? So say for example, what I did is here. Here I found four segments. The four segments are the first one is the center part, right? This is the center location, central part, and the second and third one are the two legs on the left and the right hand side where you hold, and the fourth one is at the bottom. Okay, so these are the four things that I segregated, subdivided. And what I did is that the first thing is I created a box, and the box was at the center. So which is the thing that I tried to locate it at the center. Then using the symmetry option, so as you can see, the entire joystick is symmetry about this vertical plane, right? So I think it's why is that plane? Yeah. Why is that plane? So as you can see, it's the entire joystick is symmetry about this plane at this center. So I've created a symmetry about that, and using the box option, I created a box, and then based on the need, I've used the subdivide option whenever necessary to create the extra splines that are needed. And then these two legs using the edit form option, by clicking on Alt key, if you drag the particular edge on that, so you can create these two legs. So at all times, what I did is that I kept my reference to be the sketch. So the entire form is made such that it matches with the sketch. So each and every time when you edit a form, whatever you do such that it always matches with the sketch. You rotate the sketch in the front view, then move to the right side view, then to the top view to make sure that your entire whatever you do is aligns with the sketch, the reference sketch that you have inserted here. So that's the thing that I've maintained. And as you can see, the joystick has a flat face at the back side. The joystick has a flat face at the back side and also at the front. So in order to create these flat surfaces, I use the crease option. So yeah, here it is. So using the crease, I made the front surface and a back surface, back region to be flat. And so that's pretty much it. So after completing the form and make sure that it aligns with the sketches that I have done, right? And then I have come out of the form and created all these buttons using the extrude command. So this is the thing that I've done.
One point I want to make here is crease option is not for flattening. Crease option is to get a sharp edge.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
It eventually gave you a flat surface. Yeah. So it is not meant to make a surface flat. It is meant to make a edge, a T-spline edge, pop out of the surface and make it as a sharp edge, crease it. Basically, it creases it. That's it. So here in this case, the crease option made your surface also flat. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you try splitting the bodies and anything else?
No. Pretty much I have used box command, edit form, and crease and subdivide. These are the 4 things that I used.
So make the canvas visible from front view. No, left view maybe. This is back view, right view. Here I don't see the curve and your surface is matching.
Yes, it's a little bit off.
Yeah, so I think you will have to work on all this. If you make, you will get exactly what you tried to make. So some small modification needed. You can exactly make the lines match.
Okay. The thing is that I have a doubt regarding here, right? So whenever I insert a sketch, right? So as you can see in the front view, it matches almost precisely closely. But as I have derived the sketch from online image, right? So I had to cut it out, right? So when I cut this out, the front view and the top view really don't match, right? So as you can see here, it matches. Here, there's a small deviation. When I try to match the form to the front view, the side view automatically gets moved away. So when I try to match it with the left side view, the front view gets distorted.
Okay.
So how do I match the front and I mean the sketch I'm asking, the canvas, how do I match that? So the orthographic view has to be exactly aligned, right? So only then I'll be able to.
Okay. Understood. So one way how Rohit did is he made some boxes. So you try to make this. You also have that red color boxes, right? Is it made by you or it was in the diagram?
This red color boxes. No, it's just the border of the canvas, not the box.
Okay, so you have to crop the images. This is I think you won't find it anywhere. You'll have to crop the image as precise as possible, like the edges where you want to refer. Okay, and refer the edge of the images as the edge of the other image.
Okay.
You're getting my point. The example I showed you last class, I would have cut just the diagram, not any extra margins out of it. Okay, when you try to match the edges in the left view, in the bottom you have a curved edge, right? So if you had cropped just to that line, cropped the image just to touch that line, and even in the front view you had cropped that to the same same, and you try to match both. Here I think coloring the image, having a slight tinted background will also help to match all this. Like you can recognize the image. Here the image is just a line drawing. If it had a background like a gray background, you can actually see where the image ends. So you keep that as border, and you make sure your scale of the image is correct. And if the diagram is correct and you have all the edges exactly touching the drawing, I think you should get you should get this problem solved. Try it once.
Sure, I'll give it a try.
Yeah. You understood what I'm telling?
Yeah, you're asking me to leave the space, the extra space, and just precisely cut to the
all the images. This is how I manage this issue. Okay.
Sure.
I don't know if this is the perfect solution, but this is how I do. Crop it exactly to the size and then put it on front, back, and rear, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Anything else that you want to show? Some new.
I have one more doubt actually. So while let me switch off the cameras. Yeah. While creating the center part, right? So this one, right? While creating these two legs, I had no difficulty because I had a central symmetry about this line, and when I drag this, automatically this also come to the same position. But when I try to do that with here, both of these sides get intersect because basically they have to join together, right? So I had a problem like when I tried to create it with the symmetry, it showed me an error like I can't exit from the form because your form is intersecting with each other. So I had to literally turn off the symmetry at this location only, and then I had to just do this. Is there a way where you can keep the symmetry on and without intersecting? Is there a way to join these two halves?
One thing you can try is after pulling that central part, you can try giving symmetry after that. Because while making symmetry, some surface is getting interfered and the surface is not becoming possible. That's why you can't exit the form. So what you can do is you can make a possible pull from the center, and then you make sure no surfaces are interfering with each other. After that, you give symmetry to the surface where you wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there an option in the form to join, like where you're doing solid, right? So even when two solids interfere, when you join them, it will become a single solid. Is there an option in form like that? If something is interfering, say for example.
Open modify. See if there it is listed.
I couldn't find. So.
You didn't find it. You can make it after this, like in the join. But after symmetry, there is one thing. Na? What is that? Just open.
Sorry.
Open that drop down.
Okay. Here.
Okay, so you don't have it here. You can't do it. So there are limitations here. You can do only to some extent of sculpting here in Fusion. So one option, if you can just drop down on create, just drop down on create. There is one option called face, right? Face.
Yeah.
So with face, you can create a surface from a sketch to some extent here, but only in software like Alias, where you can do all the sophisticated things that you need in a digital sculpting. So this is a software issue. This may be out of this class, but I would like to tell. This is also an Autodesk software, and Alias also is an Autodesk software. What Autodesk does is they intentionally don't put all the features here so that they want to sell Autodesk Alias. So that is a pro version of sculpting, digital sculpting, and auto surface modeling. So you get those things there only, all this pro features.
Get the point.
Yeah.
That's all. Is there anything else?
Yes, we can move on to next.
Thank you.
Okay, Yuta, so you can share your screen. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Pardon.
Hi.
Hi.
Is it how I should call you?
Can you show my screen?
No, I was just asking if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So please correct me if I was wrong. Okay, so you can go ahead and share your screen.
So, well. Can you see the screen?
Yes. So you have hand sketched the orthographic views, is it?
Yes, sorry, yes, ma'am. Sorry.
What is this? Is it a bell?
Actually, it is door.
Doorknob.
You sketched it. You sketched and
Yes.
yes.
Actually, in another class, we have to use the parts like this. So I just tried to draw like this.
Okay.
Okay, so
So-
you please explain how you went about it.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, I prepared 3 sketches and I put three forms, sphere and 2 cylinders. First one is the sphere on the top, and the second one is for the body, and the third one is the bottom part. And I use the modify function to increase. Sorry. First of all, I first of all I increase the radius of the cylinder by spreading the one circle of the cylinder, and so after that I connected 3 forms, sphere and widened cylinder and the bottom of cylinder. So to connect these objects, I used this bridge and this merge edge function, and to fill the hole, I use this function. And hello.
Yes.
That's all from my side.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
So you made a cylinder and you made this one spear and you joined it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I want to make one point here. Shankar asked how to join two surfaces together, right? So this is how you do. Last class also I showed you an example where if you want to join two of the surfaces, we use weld, merge, or some options to actually get two surfaces or two box or something together.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Margin bridge. Better. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. So any other questions? From others also can ask Okay. I think I lost Kitir's voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Any new features that you found here useful, Yuta?
Actually, no. Sorry, I actually I couldn't. I not. I couldn't use this kind of function properly. Actually I wanted to make the
Make
things
it circular
like this
symmetry.
by rotating the sketches, but I don't know how to do that. So if possible, could you tell me the tips for that?
Okay, so here what you do is you cannot draw a sketch and revolve it to make a sketch.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that you can make in Solid itself. You can
Yes, yes.
draw a spline around your whatever you sketched, and you can use in the Solid workspace itself and revolve. Okay, for that you don't have to come to Form workspace at all. You get my point? And you make a solid out of it. You can straight away do it there itself. You draw a spline on above your sketch, whatever you drew here, and revolve it. Right. So here it is called sculpting because you really sculpt something. It's not just revolve or extrude here. And you tried faces.
No, sir. Actually not. Revolve.
Yuta, I think you didn't select the symmetry. I think you are out of the symmetry option. Yeah, now you have to select faces. No, this cannot become a symmetry because it's
Yes,
this side, and you select a central plane with which you want a symmetry or the line. Okay, you're not getting the OK button. Is it what your problem?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so here you have to use duplicate. You go close, cancel this, yeah. Mirror duplicate. Okay.
So,
Select a mirror plane. You have to select a plane. You have to create a plane or select a plane. Okay.
oh,
Now you go. This is what you wanted.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sorry for bothering about this.
No problem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think you actually showed what I wanted to show in this class, creating faces and working with that. So, can you just show an example how to make a face above your sketch itself? Like, this is not, you may not end up making what you want to do, but just to show people how to make a face above a diagram or sketch.
Sorry, which face?
Any front or side view of your thing. Just it don't have to be accurate. Just show them how to.
Yeah. Actually, I just pasted the picture of my
Yeah.
sketch by insert. I selected the insert button and
No, not that. You select a plane where you want to sketch and
yes,
create a face. Just a face. With face you revolve, no? Just create a face. Yeah. Yeah. Face. Now select mode. Yeah. And now select a plane where you want to sketch. Yes.
like this.
Now you had finished it. Keep on adding from the edges. Yeah. Now keep the fourth point as well. Yes. Yeah. And from one corner you start again. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like this, if you have a sketch behind and you want to we want a complex shape like whatever he is drawing, something like that. If you have your drawing behind, you guys can make something like this, and this can be edited. This edit form, everything works in this surface also. So this is one more way to create whatever you want rather than doing it from a box or from a cylinder or from a sphere. Enough, Yuta. Thanks.
Yes, sir, thanks, sir.
You edited. Just show how edit works here. Right click, edit form, and yes, yeah. Yes, thanks. Enough, yeah. You leave it. It didn't. You press Control Z and come out of it. Next. Any other assignments are there?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Deepak.
Yes. My screen is visible.
No, not yet.
Now, sir?
Yes, yes, now visible. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I create one system mouse, computer mouse in this
Okay.
image. Yeah. Image is there, but first I explain what I did. Okay, sir. So first I take one picture from this Google. Then after scaling of this picture, what's the length, what's the width. Then after I select one plane and create this model with the help of this box. And
Okay.
for creating this model, initially I select one edge, edge of this picture, edge of this picture. Then after I create one edge line and starting from this edge, mm, from that edge I create one box using that command. Then after I use symmetric command because with the help of this I use symmetricity of mouse right side and left side. For using symmetricity I create one line is there, about one line. I use symmetricity command, select both surface from that side and this side. Then after I use symmetry command, and one more command I use in it, create insert edge. Insert edge command is there in modify edge. With the help of edge, edge insert edge, this command is there. With the help of that we can move this edge like up and down. And finally I use one freeze command on the page at the end of this, um, at the bottom of this mouse, so I will get some flat surface of all this four corner. But finally I had a one problem. I didn't create one like a roller there, similar like a mouse. So I don't know how to use that thing. And one more problem is this: I can't create this hatching. Hatching is also there. I'll show you image. Sir, at the end of this mouse, some hatching is there. That's why we get good gripping of mouse. So I didn't create that hatching, and one roller is also there. So I don't know how to create that wall there and insert roller inside of this mouse. So,
Yeah, I think you'll have to do same as how Rohit and Shankar did. Okay,
yes,
they made a new component and they placed it on the form. So you have to make it that way. But what I see missing here is you didn't put a orthographic projections of it. You have only one 2D diagram, and you don't know how much width you want in this form at all, right? You are getting what I'm telling you. You didn't have two other images in other planes like how others had. You can add that and detail it on all the dimensions and all the axes. You had only detailed it on one plane one axis. So now you have to do it in multiple, then it becomes 3D. Do you have image or you
Yes,
didn't?
sir. I have an yes,
And you want button those things and all, what you have to do is after finishing the form, either in the form itself you can create as new components, new surfaces, or you can split the body and like how, if I'm not wrong, um, how Rohit did. So he took one plane and from which he split the body by drawing a spline and cut it. One more way is by doing by using faces command, you can make the buttons of the mouse.
with the help of faces command.
You have in some other software the images of.
Yes, sir. I use that. Can you see this?
Okay,
With
yeah, I can see. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that type hatching I didn't do that.
You wanted that impression.
Yes, sir. And
Okay.
this one roller is also.
Okay, that roller you have to make it as a component. It's not a complex surface. So this surface what you showed, I can tell you how to make.
Yes.
You saw Utah making a surface, right?
Yes, sir.
He made a surface using faces. So you
Yes.
bring that sketch here. Okay, you bring that sketch and draw faces to match that one new surface you wanted.
Mhm.
In-
Simple or edge.
Yeah, so some whatever. Now you go to the surface, you go to one plane. Imagine you have or you bring that sketch itself using canvas. The image of the mouse you have.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you have
Yes.
now yeah, faces. So try to make the surface you wanted, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, try to make that surface and then make it in 3D. No, click it. I can't request control here.
Click on that.
Yeah, wherever you want. No, with faces clicked. Yeah. Now you click the first edge of the surface that you pointed out you wanted. No, not that. You are trying to make the wheel, right? Scroll wheel.
Yes. Yes, sir.
No, not that. That scroll wheel, you can make it in solid itself.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
It is not a complex surface. The surface where the thumb grips, that you wanted, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That surface you can do it in face.
Yes.
Make you, yeah, exactly. Yeah, click. No, follow the profile that you want.
I don't have a mouse battery accuracy.
Okay, you are using trackpad. Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, just make a rough surface for now, just to demonstrate. Okay. Roughly trapezoid, something kind. Yeah, click it. Yeah, click somewhere, yeah, wherever you want one more corner. This is a rough. Imagine this is.
Okay, so this is rough. Okay, then
You finished the face command, so you can't do it. Click again, face. Yes. And click one of the corner. Yeah, click yes. And finish it in the same edge. I think you have a real problem using a trackpad.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Sometimes it will work, or sometimes it will.
yeah, I'll sum it up. So this is how you have to make whatever this surface. If you want, you can make that surface, and with use of Boolean, you can subtract that surface from your main mouse surface.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have to have a proper 3D sketch, front, side, and all the views.
Yes.
See here, you can exactly trace that thumb grip surface, but you have to make it in 3D. Then only it becomes 3D surface. Okay. Then you use all the basic commands to push and pull the surfaces and make it same as what it is there in the mouse. And after that, use Boolean to subtract it from the main mouse structure. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I think more work needed in your assignment. You have to get the all side sketches and you have to work on it.
Okay.
Anything new that you found that you want to show it to your classmates? Okay. Any other assignments?
Yeah, I'm sharing.
Yeah.
So I also have the game controller.
Okay.
I'm basically first time using the form design exploration, so I just take help from Rohit to get some features, and I also watched some YouTube videos and your lectures last time.
Okay.
So first of all, I just inserted the images at some distance from the origin, with taking the origin as the plane as the midpoint for all the surfaces. So, and then just taking the front face and creating a box here, and then extracting the surfaces which are needed. Then going toward the side view and top view, and similarly doing the same thing.
Okay.
But as the some problems arises due to the form is not uniform, and somewhere there is more tension we can see in the it's still there, it's not complete, we can say, but we used the zebra analysis to see what kind of where the more patches is visible. So then I use the splitting the surface or adding the points in between, and then doing the smoothing of the surface, and then again doing the zebra analysis, so that I can see. It's first time for me, so I'm not that much able to just see the surface and can just say that, oh, there is a problem here. So I still observe there are some problem, but for now I am just able to get to this.
That's fine. I think that will it takes some time. You'll understand by experience. What I could see is you could have avoided some of these splines here. I see.
Yeah, it's just I said that if the body is getting more tension or complex, so then I added some points. But after watching some of the videos and references, I think that it's become much more complex. I have to use much less splines in the form.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that is what I pointed out in the last as well. Like you have to use.
I started with very few lines, like two and two on the one side, two on the second, and one on the third side. But as the form progresses, it's become much more complex for me.
Okay, so that is something you have to take Rohit's form as example, where he didn't want to create five-sided faces or not. I think you have some points where five lines are intersecting, and maybe that would be needed in some cases where the surface itself demands. I think you can avoid those things. Yeah, I think everything depends on how you plan to make it. So you have to understand the form first and really think in the fusion features way. So how can I make this using the fusion, and then you plan it to make like very in the very beginning of the form. After you go ahead, you will make it better. So I think that will come with the experience. Once if you make a new game console right from the beginning, I think you will make it better the next time. Right, you would plan it better. You would plan the faces such that you keep only where it is needed. Right.
The one problem I faced it, if I know by observing that there is a problem in this surface, or there is a problem in this whole exclusion of thing. So the problem I faced it, which surface or which point or which line or which spline I have to select to just make it smooth or make it more curve according to this.
So what you have to do is you have to delete one entire line here, one entire spline here that goes. If your surface is not complex, your target surface is not complex, in this view, in right handle, you can actually delete one entire spline here. So that would reduce all the complexities. No, not that, the vertical one. Not the vertical one. Yeah, vertical mid. Yeah. This one. It has gotten simplified little, right?
But some surfaces also changes we can see, like in the bottom. It's become much simpler now, but yeah, look, like there it become much complex. So
yeah, you can drag it again. You can drag it again and to the curve, match the curve, and
yeah, okay. Yeah, I was just exploring, so maybe after some time it will be easy.
Yes. So this is your first form, right? So you will do it better the next time.
Okay, so
yeah, any new features that you came across?
I think Rohit has mentioned them.
Okay.
But like subdivide, insert point has helped.
Crease
Here
and
also it's
crease.
been crease, but it's not much of use for now.
Okay.
Symmetry. Utilities in the display mode, one thing I've shown that you can use this kind and then just see where are your points are not just matching.
Yeah.
But it also makes some complexity to the shape. Like here I have tried, but then the shape become more complex. So this can be helped in some way.
Okay.
Zebra analysis is there. So these are the new things which I used.
Okay. Can we move on then?
Yeah.
Any other assignments?
Anybody else has done? They can show. Nabarun.
Yes, mine is Yogesh.
Who is this?
Yeah, Yogesh.
Yogesh here,
Yogesh. Okay. Go ahead.
just sharing my.
Yes. You have to be a bit louder.
Yeah, so I've taken 3 views here of a mouse. So the front one, the side one, here. And I started from the basic body tool, and then I have altered it with use of various lines. Like I've added some lines, I have edited faces, and I've also deleted some extra lines here. For example, here there are some extra lines, and then I have used some crease as well to give it a pointy look over here. Uh, One thing I was not able to achieve is the exact void here, as you can see in the reference image on the right side. So that void I have not been able to achieve as of now.
Mhm.
So I need to explore that, how to do that. Apart from, I think more or less I have been able to match the form from the reference images in the front.
Okay. So void, I think Yogesh, you have to mute my voices here. So void, there are two ways. One is by creating a new 3D surface and doing a Boolean if you want to subtract. That is one way. Or after splitting, you can make two surfaces and actually that void is it I didn't see it properly. I can't see it properly. Is that void is because of a parting line or it is a feature in a 3D surface itself?
It's a feature in the 3D surface itself. Like if we can see in the side profile, so they are basically a union of two surfaces. First one is the top one, and the second one is the bottom. So they are joined here. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Who is this Yogesh here?
Yeah. So I just explained like what that void is.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Okay. So
So
one way to do is by increasing the number of faces where you want the void and pushing it backwards. The line, yeah, that line you can increase more and push it backwards and create that void.
okay, so I can subdivide this
Yeah,
particular surface to add the.
yes,
Maybe I will just insert the edge here.
yes, in all the sides, and you can basically it's some more detail in that area. Wherever there are details, you have to add more splines and faces. Wherever there are less details, you have to be as minimal as possible.
Okay. Actually, earlier I tried to make a separate body so that I can use the Boolean command, but it was not like I was not able to get the exact profile here for cutting things. So I just dropped that idea.
Okay, that is one way, but if it is a as I see the image is slightly blurry, but if it is a different faces put together, then you should use faces straight away.
Okay.
So that is one more way that you can work on.
Okay, got it. Okay, then I will work more on this, I guess. Thank you.
Anybody else? We'll be evaluating whoever shows today will be evaluated. So if you have done it, please show it. Okay, so late submissions will have penalty. Barun, Nabar.
Yeah, I'm showing. Yeah.
Nabarun, yes, go ahead.
So I also have done the mouse. So basically, I have used major three tools. First is the form, the cuboid, and adding the point and adding edges. That's all, and the symmetry. That's all I did.
Okay, the image you brought inside.
Yeah. So I got only 2 images. So based on the 2 images, I did.
Yeah. Okay. So how did you make that scroll wheel? Is it
Actually, yeah. Actually, what I did.
to that area, like the place where you have scroll wheel?
Yeah. So what I did, yeah, I just created a grid just by adding the edges. Then I curved it little bit. Then I um, added one more one more boundary, like one more offset within that that grid, and then I push it below. Then again again create one more offset, and I again push it upwards. So in that way I did, and further curving rest of the curving thing, then I did it later.
Okay, you pressed Alt and multiplied the edges of the wheel-shaped thing, and you pushed one of it downwards.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think this is one more way to answer the last question. You can get a void space in that before case, like how he did here. But this is not a best way to do. If you want a wheel, you have to do a wheel. This will help to make something look like a scroll wheel. But if you are really getting into making a mouse, assume that you're going to make a mouse. You're going to 3D print the wheel. You're going to 3D print all the surfaces. You have all the features to hold the wheel and all. I won't suggest to make this as a practice for making surfaces. If it is a surface, complex surface, do it here. If it is normal things doable in a in solid workspace, do it there and bring it here so that you will be working on something realistic.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Any new features that you used that applied for your case?
No, I did only the adding the edges, adding point, and rest of what was taught.
No.
I did within one cube, but I didn't add any other cube or other plane, and I didn't do that.
Okay. Yeah. And you, we can move on to next.
Who is there next?
Sorry, actually, ma'am, I didn't complete my assignment because my specs was broke down, so it was and I was using older specs which has lower number, so it was very I was struggling while doing work on laptop. So, ma'am, today I got my specs, so I'll try to submit it on by the Friday, ma'am.
Okay, right. Who else? Banani? Okay, so anybody has any questions? You can ask Kitil when he's here. Any doubts? Any doubts on anything you want to show something? None?
So I'll sum it up. What you guys have to work on is faces. Try faces. Try to make it realistic, and try splitting parts in case of mouses and whatever you were trying. Try to, like, imagine you're going to, now that you know how to make a complex form, now try to make think you're going to 3D print it and see how you are going to put all of the parts together. Think about the standoffs. So from form to get transitioned to solid, include some solid features onto it to put a screw and everything. And yeah, as you guys are learning from YouTube and tutorials, keep doing that and keep practicing. And I think that will help you to get anything done in your projects.
Okay, so if there is nobody else, we'll close it today. We might have a session on Saturday on Elias. So do you have any other constraints, any other classes there on Saturday?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, yes.
Actually, I have a robotics class from 12 to 1 on Saturday.
12 to 1, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Other than that, it's okay.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other constraints on Saturday?
Yes, ma'am.
This class have embodiment design class from this sir.
Okay, from what time is it?
I think it's morning before lunch.
Before lunch.
10
Okay.
to 10 to 1.
Tell me the exact time.
Saturday.
Sorry?
Ma'am, actually, for embodiment, there is a possibility that between 10 to 1 or 2 to 5. Timing is not decided yet.
Okay. So when expected? Okay. So if it's not committed yet, then okay, we'll try to schedule. I'll post things before that. Okay. So you can reply if
Hello,
there is
ma'am.
any. Yes.
Ma'am, my class is also there, robotic class 12 to 1.
12 to 1 is fine. Yeah. Any other time slot? So if embodiment design is not confirmed, we'll try to schedule, and then is it a regular class? Is it a regular class?
No, ma'am.
No, it's an extra class. Okay. Okay. So I'll post the time slot. If in case you get to know about embodiment design before that, please email me. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll email about the Saturday session. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Hello.
Yes.
What is the topic for extra class? Are we having midterms or it's just a discussion?
Okay. No, it's not midterms. It is Alias, Autodesk Alias, which Kitir mentioned today, right? It's another surface modeling tool. So there'll be a demo of that. That's what is on Saturday.
Thank you.
Okay. So about the quiz, we'll inform you once. We'll inform you for a date. Okay, about the quiz. All right. Okay. Any other questions? So please, others, please submit the assignment to Teams. There will be negative marking for late submission. So please submit it soon. Other submissions also, the assignment 1 and 2 also, please submit. Okay, okay. So thanks, Kitir. Thank you.
Thanks, Kumari, for.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll wind up for the day. Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.